After hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. We've made it, we have made it. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, bringing you coverage of the Super Bowl. It's almost surreal when you take in the atmosphere, isn't it? It's the magnificent spectacle that surrounds this game each and every February. And at the center of it, the best team from both conferences who fought all season long for the honor of playing here tonight.
And you know what's beautiful about this stage, Kate? These teams who meet in the Super Bowl each and every year, we've learned this. They're not always the most talented team in the league. They're the two who never buckled under the pressure, never let the moment become too big. You know what I love to say? They're the ones that didn't... with one another. They played for one another. And I can't wait. You can't wait. The world can't wait to see which team truly earns the right to raise that Lombardi and call themselves a champion.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First and 10 from the 41. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
And he's got this complete to Dameon Pierce.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Back to throw, it's Lance. Gets this to Kincaid. And they're able to touch him down, so that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. He'll go quickly to the right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They come through with a massive gain there on 4th down, 24 yards, and it's a 1st down. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. Throwing his lands. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
They give it to him again. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. On comes Joshua Carty and the Rams field goal unit to try it on 4th down. This from 40 on the right hash. Slide's kick is up and good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Getting out to his left. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. So that'll do it for the opening quarter of Super Bowl 61. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll get you back to Atlanta after this. Three more quarters to go. We're back for the second frame here of Super Bowl 61. They're advancing it well as they face second down. Nix from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now they have third and short. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it. Third and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Reed now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to the back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Working quickly here. Here's second and 11. He finds Kincaid. And this one does not go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He's on the move. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunky yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. And they're going for this. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Play action on 1st down. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Finds him over the middle. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Lone back gets the handoff. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd down from the gun. Finds Kincaid. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Rams trying to make some noise before halftime. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Lance. That's cut beyond the marker. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. And now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
They'll run here on 1st down. Barrels in for the touchdown. The Rams get some late points and the lead. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
1st and 10 from the 41. Nix looking to throw. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. The 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 46. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. He puts some power on a deep one left. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And the Rams will gain possession up beyond their own 20 after a nice return.
Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Looking to throw, Lance. He beams one deep right side. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos might be able to get some points late after the interception. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Incomplete, down to 13 seconds left. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing here, Nix. Rolling left, buying some time. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. It's Nix out of the pistol. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it sets up 2nd down. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Only 2 seconds left in the half, so on comes the field goal unit. He was good on his first attempt, and his second from a little over 45 here. Nevis able to knock it through. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Final halftime adjustments of the season are out of the way. It's time to put them into action here. Quarter 3 of the Super Bowl is underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Nix. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's Nix to throw. This is on target to Christian Watson. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Now here's a spot where the timing's got to be absolutely perfect, Kate, between the quarterback and the receiver. That throw is made before that receiver's ever thinking of coming out of his cut. Too early, it's incomplete. Too late, and it's headed the other way.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Looking to throw. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They're working a couple of yards past the line. Jeffrey Simmons that time on the tackle. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Another carry for him. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Second down now, 7 to go. They send a man in motion. Throw reeled in by Thomas. To the house, touchdown LA! The Rams push their lead further to start the half. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams drive their lead to 11. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Tight end in motion left. Nix with it on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Flush down out to his left. That one's caught along the left sideline. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. He's got Watson. And they take him down right along the 30.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd and 3. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. That was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They'll throw again. Nix. He finds it beyond the marker. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the 1st.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. Nix off the play action. Has it in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Mitchell will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here. That'll do it for 3 quarters. Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal. Play action with Nix. Headed out right. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Nix from the gun. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Man in motion, headed right. Desperation time here on 4th. And he's got it. That's a layout for it, but touchdown. The Broncos now within 1 score in the 4th. So here come the Broncos. Big spot now as they try for 2. He's throwing for it. And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Trap 60. 19 tight. 19 tight. 7 Pirates. 70 ring. 19 Lion. Go.
Now it's Lance. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go. Set.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Setting up the running back screen. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
To the air, Lance. Gets this to Kincaid. And he'll get it up to the 44. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They get 13 on the pickup, and it brings up an LA 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Play action on 1st down. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
18 ready.
They've got a man in motion. 3rd and long for him here. Connecting on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
Okay, ready. Move it, 19.
Motioning left is Thomas.
Go.
Throwing is Lance. Finds his man Chase. And he gets this forward to the 19.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Completed to his running back. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
They'll try and punch it in. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5.
Let's go now.
Here's Lance now. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams make it a 9-point advantage. Cardi now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams make it a 10-point ball game. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Cut my team. 65, Jack. 65. Take over.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Escapes out to the left. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 39. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play! That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Nix with it on first. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Denver. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos cut it to a field goal game. So just before the 2-minute warning, they're going to try to get it back with this onside kick. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Rams make the recovery. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Rams only up by a few. First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Let's go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he winds up with a solid gain down past the 45. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back to the well again. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Looks like they will indeed try it 4th and 2.
Go!
Sean McVay very aware of that play clock. He calls timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Looks like they will indeed try it 4th and 2.
Come on. 79 Broncos.
Setting up to pass. And they get to him on 4th down. It's a sack and a turnover on down.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dax Hill. And the Rams make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense, and this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Their whole season has led to this moment. He takes a knee, let the celebration begin.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
And once again, the Rams have done it. Start the party in SoCal. They are your Super Bowl champions.